You've packed them for dozens of trips. You can't imagine traveling without them. But what if I told you that in 2026, the TSA might consider these essentials contraband? It's already happening. Thanks to sophisticated new CT scanners rolling out in airports nationwide, long-standing rules are being enforced with zero tolerance. Items that flew with you for years are now getting flagged, searched, and confiscated more than ever. We're not just talking about obvious things, from the power bank that keeps your phone alive to the very snacks you pack for the flight. These stricter enforcement policies could get your travel gear taken before you even make it to your gate. Don't be that person holding up the security line, forced to toss an expensive charger or a sentimental item. Today, we're breaking down the 11 everyday items being targeted under these tougher screening procedures. Stay tuned to find out what they are, why they're on the TSA's radar, and how you can pack smarter to breeze through security. This isn't about scaring you. It's about preparing you for the new reality of air travel. Let's start with the category that causes the most confusion and, honestly, the most confiscations: lithium batteries. The rules themselves aren't new, but with today's advanced scanners, enforcement is absolute. First up, the lifeline of modern travel: the power bank. It charges your phone, your tablet, your headphones, everything. But here's the critical mistake people are still making: packing it in their checked suitcase. If you do this, you're practically guaranteed to have it confiscated. The rule is simple and non-negotiable. All power banks and spare lithium-ion batteries are banned from checked baggage. They must be in your carry-on. Why the hard line? It's all about fire safety. If a lithium-ion battery gets damaged in the cargo hold, it can lead to something called thermal runaway. This is a chain reaction where it overheats and can cause a fire or even an explosion. Imagine that happening at 35,000 feet, unreachable by the flight crew. Crews are trained to handle a battery fire in the cabin, but they can't fight a fire they can't get to. So, always pack power banks in your carry-on. But there's more. Size matters. Most power banks are under 100 watt-hours, and you can bring as many as you need for personal use. But for a high-capacity bank between 101 and 160 watt-hours, you're usually limited to 2, and you need to get airline approval before you fly. Anything over 160 watt-hours is almost always banned from passenger planes entirely. Check the fine print on the device itself. The watt-hour rating should be there. If you can't find it, don't risk it. A TSA officer won't take your word for it, and if they can't verify the capacity, it's getting tossed. Next up, one of the most common items causing issues at security: vapes and e-cigarettes. The rule is simple and strictly enforced. These devices are allowed only in carry-on baggage. They are completely banned from checked luggage. This is for the same fire risk reason as power banks. The combination of the lithium battery and the heating element is a significant concern in the cargo hold. I've seen countless bags delayed and pulled aside because a vape was spotted in a checked suitcase. Furthermore, you must take steps to prevent the device from accidentally turning on. It is absolutely forbidden to use or charge your vape on the aircraft. Breaking this rule is a federal offense with serious penalties. So, keep it in your carry-on, keep it off, and don't even think about using it until you are in a designated area at your destination. This one trips up so many people. Your cordless hair straightener, curling iron, or any heated styling tool powered by a lithium battery or butane cartridge is now treated just like a power bank. You can't put it in your checked bag. They have to go in your carry-on. And you must have a safety cover over the heating element and ensure it can't accidentally turn on. This means you can't just throw it in your purse. It needs a proper case or a lock. For gas-powered tools, you get one per person, and you can't bring any spare gas cartridges at all. The logic is the same: a fire hazard in the cargo hold. An accidental activation could easily ignite flammable items in your luggage. By keeping it in the cabin, any problem can be dealt with immediately. The easiest, stress-free alternative? Just bring a corded plug-in tool. No restrictions, no worries. This last one in the battery category is for all those other spares you carry, for your camera, drone, or anything else. Too many people just toss them into a pocket of their bag. This is a surefire way to get your bag pulled for a search. All spare lithium batteries must be in your carry-on, and you have to protect them from short-circuiting. If the metal ends touch keys, coins, or another battery, they can create a circuit, overheat, and catch fire. TSA requires you to protect the terminals. You can keep them in their original packaging, put each one in a separate plastic bag, or simply put a piece of tape over the ends. Think of every loose battery, especially powerful drone batteries, as a tiny fire starter. Taking a few seconds to store them properly can save you a huge headache at security. All right, moving on from electronics. Let's talk about things you eat or put on your body. The new scanners are giving even your protein powder a second look. This rule often catches travelers off guard. Any powder-like substance in a container larger than 12 ounces, 350 milliliters, about the size of a soda can, is subject to extra screening if it's in your carry-on. This includes protein powder, baby formula, ground coffee, spices, and cosmetics. The reason is that dense powders can make it hard for X-ray machines to see what's underneath. With the new, more sensitive CT scanners, these materials are flagged for a mandatory secondary screening. This means you'll be asked to take the container out, and they may need to open it for testing. If the officer can't clear the substance, they have the right to confiscate it. The easy fix? Put large containers of powder in your checked luggage. If you need it with you in the cabin, either pack it in smaller containers, all under 12 Oz, or bring a factory-sealed container, which is seen as less of a risk. The major exception is baby formula, which is considered medically necessary. Just make sure you declare it to the TSA officer and take it out of your bag for separate screening. Okay, we're about halfway through. If you found this helpful so far, do me a quick favor and hit that like button. It really helps the channel grow and lets me know you want more tips to help you travel smarter. We've got some surprising items still to come, including one that could put your perfectly legal medications at risk, so you'll want to stick around. This is a trap that even the most organized travelers fall into. That weekly pill organizer is so convenient for keeping your vitamins and prescriptions sorted. But traveling with it, especially internationally, can be a huge gamble. While the TSA is generally okay with pill organizers for domestic U.S. travel, the real danger is at international customs. Agents in many other countries do not mess around. To them, a box of assorted, unlabeled pills is a major red flag, and they can confiscate them on the spot. In some places, this could even lead to serious legal trouble. The golden rule: keep medications in their original, labeled pharmacy bottles. That label is your proof. It has the drug name, your name, and the doctor's info. It removes all doubt. If you have many medications, carry the original bottles, a paper copy of your prescription. And for any controlled substances, a signed letter from your doctor explaining why you need them. It's a small hassle that can prevent a vacation-ruining nightmare. This next one might seem obvious, but it trips people up every year. Any item that, like a weapon, is banned from carry-on luggage. This means toy guns, Nerf blasters, plastic swords, and even novelty items like grenade-shaped perfume bottles. TSA officers are trained to treat every potential threat as real. A realistic toy gun on the X-ray screen can trigger a full security alert. I once saw a kid in tears as an agent explained his new toy ray gun couldn't fly. Even things you'd think are harmless, like a toy lightsaber, can get flagged. While lightsabers are allowed by TSA, they frequently cause delays and get pulled for inspection. Why risk it? If it looks like a weapon, pack it in your checked bag or just leave it at home. This final group of items is being flagged more often, not because the items are banned, but because the new CT scanners are just that good. These machines create detailed 3D images of your bag, and their algorithms are designed to spot things older X-rays would have missed. For years, the request to turn on your laptop was random. Now it's becoming more common. An electronic device that you can't power on is a major red flag for security. Officers need to verify it's a real device and not a shell hiding something else. If your battery is dead, the device will definitely get pulled for more time-consuming screening. Best case, you're delayed. Worst case, if they can't clear it, they could confiscate it. This is not a risk you want to take with your $1,000 laptop or gaming console. The solution is simple. Charge your devices before you leave for the airport, and keep your chargers in an accessible pocket just in case. Everyone loves a reusable water bottle, but certain kinds are causing headaches at the new CT checkpoints. You already know you have to empty it, but now the bottle itself can be an issue. Thick, insulated stainless steel bottles can create a big, dense blind spot on the scanner's 3D image. The scanner's software flags this as an anomaly that needs a manual inspection, which means a bag check for you. The easiest way to avoid this is to use a clear plastic or glass bottle. If you love your insulated one, just make sure you take it out of your bag and put it in a separate bin so officers get a clear look. And of course, make sure it's completely empty. Here's a strange one. The new CT scanners are so sensitive they sometimes misread dense solid items as other restricted materials. This includes things like thick gels, dense blocks of cheese, or even some solid toiletries. For example, a big block of cheddar cheese can get flagged because its organic density looks similar to other prohibited materials on the scanner. Ironically, solid toiletries like shampoo and conditioner bars, which are a great way to avoid the liquids rule, can also sometimes be flagged for a closer look if they are particularly large or dense. While these items are perfectly legal, getting flagged means your bag gets pulled, you have to wait. And then you have to explain to a TSA officer that it is, in fact, just cheese. The best defense is to make your bag easy to scan. Place dense food items in a clear bag near the top of your carry-on. The less an agent has to dig around to figure out what they're seeing, the faster you'll get through. Finally, our last item isn't an object, but how you pack. Airlines are cracking down hard on carry-on size limits, but an overstuffed bag is also a security nightmare. When your bag is crammed full, it creates a cluttered mess on the scanner screen that's impossible for an officer or the scanner's AI to decipher. This is a guaranteed recipe for a manual bag check. It completely defeats the purpose of packing a carry-on for speed. The solution is to pack smarter, not fuller. Use packing cubes to keep things organized and compressed. Be realistic about what you truly need in the cabin versus what can be checked. A neatly packed bag scans cleanly, raises no red flags, and gets you to your gate without the extra stress. So, that's the list. 11 things that could cause you trouble at the airport. The big takeaways are to always keep lithium batteries with you in the cabin. Watch out for the 12-ounce powder rule. Keep medications in their original bottles. And pack your bag so it's neat and easy to screen. The best tip of all is to stay informed. TSA's rules and enforcement can change, so always check the official TSA website for the latest updates before you fly. If this video helped you get ready for your next trip, please subscribe and turn on notifications for more travel tips. I've also put together a free, one-page downloadable packing checklist based on everything we talked about today. The link is in the description below. Now I want to hear from you. Have you ever had a common item confiscated by the TSA? Share your story in the comments. Your experience could help someone else avoid the same hassle. Safe travels, and I'll see you in the next video.